Warning: the following podcast contains strong language, may contain sensitive topics, personal opinions, and satirical comedic elements. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh man, I thought we were recording this whole time, bro.
No.
Nope. And I knew
I
you
just
were
used
thinking
my-
that when you said a word of point.
I just used my entire social battery for that past like 5 minutes.
Shut up, Cat. You're not getting anything.
Diddy does you
And I just pointing at council. It's funnier.
good.
Uh,
All right, who wants to give us a solid cold opening?
I mean, I think
Hey,
that's good enough.
I
Diddy
had something
does
I
you
wanted
is
to
a
share with
great
Jake.
cold opening.
there
Oh
you go.
boy,
I just bought this.
I can't. It's
Good.
Hang on. Let me put you in
Stasis?
focus.
Armored
That's
core
what I
model.
think it says. Oh, nice.
why are you showing me specifically?
I don't know. I said get showed to everybody, but I was saying to you is at the
Is it
beginning there.
is it a Lego set?
No, it's a Gundam like building set. Like
Oh,
Proper
do you
model
watch
kit.
the anime?
for like
Gundam.
Gundam. Some
Yeah.
of them. Not all of them.
There was a thing where this guy that he was in a friend group that I was a part of. He was a huge Gundam fan, and there was this other guy who really liked small petite girls that would wear like schoolgirl clothing and stuff like that. And he started calling that guy Gimbly, something like that. It's a character apparently that like kids in Gundam.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't know
What a
that.
cold opening.
I didn't know that that
that's the
anime.
cool ending.
I didn't know that that anime had that kind of stuff in it because I remember watching it as a kid and being like, "Whoa, giant robots killing other giant robots is so cool!"
Yeah,
And then
I didn't know that either. That's that's
yeah,
crazy.
and apparently now it's like
wouldn't
some
doubt
kind
it,
of
But
societal collapse, big political dystopian type thing. Kind of like Warhammer.
Yeah.
If you talk to anybody that plays Warhammer, they're like, "Oh, bro, let me tell you about Warhammer."
yeah, fair enough. There's enough Gundam for that too. Yeah. Spin-off, side series, everything. It go too far.
Yeah.
I was actually telling Jake just the other day about how funny it was when Angel was like, "Send me your Gundams. I'll build them for you," and you just immediately got hardcore defense. Like, no, I want to build myself. You fuck off.
Fucking fun.
Yep. Yeah.
It was, yeah, and then the other half is putting them on the shelf and then taking them off every once in a while. I'm like, Megan, will you play Gundams with me?
You take them off. I just build them.
Oh, look at it. This mech is kissing this mech. It's
Hell
like,
yeah.
Mike, what the
Yeah,
fuck are
that's
you
what I do with
playing?
I see
all
you've played
those,
with
yeah.
Gundams before.
Yeah, dude, a long time ago. I told you I used to be into it when I was a kid. I was like, yeah, man, this is awesome. It'll come on Adult Swim or like right before Adult Swim. And I would,
No, you just did that with Transformers. You would never buy Gundams over here.
why not?
You just messed with the Transformers and you said, "Oh, these are Gundams, right?" And
No.
then you
The
started them.
Gundams back in the day you didn't have to build. They were already pre-built and like in a little package. Like you remember the the toy company? Hasbro?
The one who makes Transformers as well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got them confused with the Haribo gummies for a second. But yeah, no, they
Haribo?
would come in they would come in those
Haribo.
they would come in those
Harambe?
little packages.
That's so good.
It
Holy.
would be in like the
But
same
you-
packages instead of this big ogre looking box
Can I
that
just
you
mute 'em?
got. Ooh,
You
why would you do
fucking
that? What did I do?
misritzing everything, all the important names of good
Hasbro.
shit.
I remember now. Like Hasbro been to my house or not?
No.
Yeah.
What?
It's an or nah moment.
Or not.
You know, we should all play Dead by Daylight sometime. I think there's enough people
No.
for us.
Ooh.
Actually,
You wanna
I
hear
need
me
to
yelling
stream
at you guys,
again,
sure.
So if we're playing
Well,
Dead by Daylight,
there's
I'm gonna
5
do
of
it.
us, so we could do 4 and 1 killer on a private match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can do
Hey, it's a kitty. Look at him. He looks like a
that.
creamsicle. You should call him Creamsicle.
What are we doing this on again? I'm so sorry.
What's the question again?
Are we doing the deconfliction or not?
Yes.
What is the deconfliction?
It's the Internet Bum Show.
I am doing Neon, the streamer, and I am doing Sam Hyde, the comedian.
And what are you doing
Sam
on there?
Hyde.
I'll let Christian do his
I was about
bit.
to say, let
He's
me do
doing
the
them.
actual proper introduction. So once again, it is spooky month.
Uh-huh.
This year we only have 2 podcasts in the month. So this episode we're going to be discussing celebrities exposed for heinous things in 2023 and 2024. Next episode we'll do all the same shit we did last year's rolled up into one episode. But for context to what Jake is saying, I assigned each of us, except me, because I'm cool, not. I assigned each of y'all celebrities or the opportunity to pick a celebrity or YouTuber or streamer and find some dirt on them. I have a little intro piece that I have chosen. I feel like it fits the theme of this episode very well, and it's what gave me the actual it set the actual tone for what I was looking for with this episode. So real quick, I'm going to fire up a YouTube activity.
Man, fuck! You mean
I
I
gotta
got to tab out of?
fucking-
I did not play my game for half a second.
Hey, shut up, dude.
I'm throwing
Fuck
thunderbolts
you.
at people. Okay.
Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening. Jeremy. Katt Williams. Oh my god.
When I wrote the outline, this is what I had in mind. It's a very short clip.
To any of these entities because I can't be jealous. I've never seen them have anything that I ever wanted. If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview.
Oh, man, come on.
Listen, in 20 years won't do an interview.
Shannon Sharp.
Nobody's ever talked to her.
Yep.
And that she's never been interviewed anywhere.
man.
And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these
Period.
big dick deviants
Period.
is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Oh,
TD
I'm writing
Jakes,
that
any
down.
of them. All lies will be
TD
exposed.
Jakes,
that's
right.
all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
Big dick.
have me know one of these.
Amen.
Shit.
See,
I kind of get this one here.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Double tab.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to.
But basically, the MO that I gave y'all is exactly what he said there. All these big dick
Big
deviants
dick
is all
deviants.
catching hell in
Yep.
2024. He said it's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes it the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say this. The new Terrifier movie was great. I don't care what anybody says. That's the truth.
So I believe Jake is very eager to put what he's found out there. So whenever you are ready, Jake, you may take it away.
What am I taking?
Your research, you fuck.
Oh. Well, if that's all I'm taking. I don't know. I mean, how do you want to do this? Like, do you want to go one for one? Do you want to go like I do all of mine? How are we doing it? How do you want to do it?
I mean, I'm fine with you doing all of yours. Or well, hell, I put my shit into the outline. So do you?
I thought you
want
said you
me
weren't
to-
doing any.
Well, no, what I told y'all is that you couldn't do Drake and Diddy for 2 reasons. 1, that's low hanging fruit. That's the easiest one. 2, I took it
Big
so I could work
deviants.
it into the outline because when you think of celebrities canceled or at least exposed for something in 2024. Those are the two main ones you think of.
All right, how about this?
Yeah.
I'll let you go first, so that
Okay.
I know the expectation, because I have a lot of shit. So I just want to know the expectation.
Well, I mean, for starters, with Drake, because that's what came first.
Drake.
Drake.
So basically, Kendrick Lamar and his beef with Drake kind of put him in a spotlight and started exposing a lot of the various unsavory things that he was doing.
Unsavory.
Typically, when you think of the women that he's been grooming, the first two that come to mind are Millie Bobby Brown and
I don't think there was any grooming allegations as much as there was like a, hey, that's a really inappropriate relationship to have off rip with like a 15-year-old
Well,
Very
yeah.
inappropriate.
to be
What's
like
cr-
DMing her and shit.
What's crazy is that she and Billie Eilish, the other Billie, seem to be defending the fuck out of him.
This is Drake.
Well,
It's
yeah.
Drake.
A lot of people felt like this beef and all the shit that they were tossing at him was going to cancel him, but he still seems to be around somehow.
Well, yeah, because if there's anything that this space, that the, you know, like the elitist space or like the rich people space, you can't cancel people if they refuse to be canceled. Like
Right.
all he did was just not address it, and it's been proven time and time and again. If you don't address allegations, most times they disappear.
Yeah.
Basically.
The one that actually has a lot more coverage of it, especially because it took a lot of the heat off of Drake, is P. Diddy. We
Yeah.
are all very familiar with that clip of him not being nice to Wayman, to Cassie in
Wayman.
that hotel
Hey,
hallway.
man.
Not being nice to Wayman.
How do I
Hey,
leave
man.
this fucking activity, bro?
You
By
just
leaving,
hit
like,
The
leaving the
button at the
call.
bottom of the
Same as
No.
always, every time.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Leave activity. Thanks, AJ. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Instead of, you know, Mike being a
I
word
told
that
you
rhymes.
exactly what to
Instead
do
of
and then add more to
instead of
you.
a word that rhymes with
Go
Mike.
fuck yourself.
Jesus.
But yeah, obviously that happened, and then everybody knows about the freak offs, all the
Yeah.
friggin' baby oil. And now it seems like even Jay-Z and Beyonce are being roped into his shit.
Well, they've been roped into it, like legit been roped into it because they've been cool for fucking years, dude. So
Yeah, they've all been gaping each other.
Yeah.
yeah,
Something that wasn't even in my notes. My dad was
These notes?
actually watching this just yesterday. There's a channel on YouTube called Soft White Underbelly that
Yeah. You've never heard of them?
I know I'd
I've never
heard
heard
of
of
them, but I'd never really paid it much attention. But the guy that runs it was interviewing a victim of Diddy yesterday, or in a video that was
What?
being watched yesterday. Yeah, and this
That's
girl
fucking
looked.
wild. That's
This
huge for
girl
his
was
channel.
traumatized. Yeah, no kidding. But more women are continuing to come forward. I forget what drug it was, but they were testing some of the baby oil that they confiscated from one of his, I guess, residences, and they found some sort of drug mixed in with the baby oil. So
Goddamn.
it's like, if you think about it, it's like you trying to lather these. If you're trying to lube up all these women with some kind of drug that's gonna like absorb into their skin or something, then
I think
I
pretty
don't
much
even wanna go down that road.
any drug can fucking absorb into your skin as long as it's in like a liquid
liquid
Yeah,
form.
effectiveness is the only change.
Yeah, so like I know if you've ever watched Better Call Saul, they do that to the one guy. Can't remember his name. He's like the Hamlin guy. They give him this folder that simulates like dilated pupils, sweating, increased heart rate if you touch it. And so that was like the whole thing to make him look like he was a coke addict. So it could be like an actual liquid form of, you know, Molly. So yeah, I'm definitely Molly if you're, you know, putting it in baby oil to kind of like,
Yeah.
you know. rubbing on them.
Yeah.
Maybe some form of like psychedelic component. Yeah.
But it's obviously not every celebrity is bad. It'd be very dumb for anyone to assume that just because somebody's rich or famous that they got ties to Illuminati or they're doing this, they're doing that. But I think this year for celebrities is different than any other year that Hollywood and the music industry has ever been around, just because
Yeah.
everyone's being examined a lot more closely.
We're eating the rich.
Yeah.
We're finally eating the rich.
Mm-hmm.
Like going back to what I was saying before we started recording, I've been going back through a lot of the other episodes that we've done, trying to find material for YouTube Shorts. And one of the things I said in like a, you know, like penny for your thoughts segment or something is that more and more people are being exposed for being freaks or sickos and shit like that, and that was before all this shit started when I said that. And then turn around, here we are now, and it's like, lo and behold, everywhere you look there's a fucking freak in hiding. We've come full circle.
Well,
Yeah.
freaks come out at night.
I mean, yeah, dude, we're all a little freaky, you know what I'm saying? Like Mike sucks toes, AJ licks
When was that a thing?
butts. I do too.
Actually,
Don't worry.
you know what? I'm not going to incriminate myself today. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to walk away from that topic.
Make sure about that.
I'm walking away.
You can't walk away.
Oh, I can.
You're not walking away. You're sitting right there in the same spot you were seconds ago.
I'm walking
He's
away.
gonna stand up and walk out that door behind him.
I'm
not
definitely about to get up and walk out that door right now.
Is that a closet, AJ, or is that the actual door out of there?
That's the actual door out of my room.
That looks like a closet door, bro.
It's so
It really
skinny. How does
does.
anyone fit through there?
Yeah, dude. I don't
Yeah.
think I would fit through that shit, dude.
You've seen the inside of my house, Jake.
I haven't seen the upstairs. I've only seen the downstairs. Has Christian ever seen the inside of your house?
No.
Damn,
By
Christian.
the way, Mom said,
Damn.
what's up? If
Oh.
I ever spoke to you again, she said, what's up? And when you come in and get some more
If I ever
food.
spoke to you again,
I'm
like,
down
you're
whenever,
not on
man. That's
speaking terms.
I love the Southern cooking, the home Southern cooking, bro. It's great, and your mom's funny as hell too.
Yeah.
I'm right there with Mike. What do you mean if you ever spoke to him again?
What?
You said
you
that
made
your
it sound like you're
mom
not on
told you.
talking terms.
Yeah,
mean,
she
you've
was
seen
like,
Jake.
no. She said,
What the
Oh,
fuck does that
well,
mean?
Yeah, you can say Jake. Exactly. Actually, I agree with that. Yeah,
she
true.
said, tell Jake. I said, hey, when you speak to him again, if you ever speak to him again. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's just one of those things of like people say, man. That's just a thing people say. Like I said, bro, she's funny as hell. She was probably saying that to be funny. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Ooh, the back pedal.
No. There's no back.
Nobody
Mhm.
backpedal.
Either that or AJ's mom doesn't think he's capable of keeping friends. It's that or the other.
Ooh.
True.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a little fucked up.
Well, I may have to take your mom up on that offer again because Christian, won't let me come over to his house, take his mom up on that cooking offer. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on down.
Do you blame
Hell yeah.
Christian though?
Come on
made,
now.
No, I
It's-
can't because I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, Christian.
She made this dope ass Cajun soup, so you'll
Oh
you'll
hell
like
yeah,
it.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
You can take over, Jake. I pretty much just skimmed through my shit.
You just Drake and Diddy. That was pretty.
Well,
I don't want you to skim through it, bitch. I want you to read it.
Freaking skimmy.
Well, okay. How about this? Because I was gonna wait until y'all got through all your research, but I did have a questionnaire that I tagged in with this.
A questionnaire.
I like your
Um,
questionnaires. They're fun.
Okay, cool.
Do you?
That's
I'll
a
take that-
research.
Okay, cool.
I'll
Wow,
take
dude.
that as a
I'm never
compliment.
giving you a compliment
Yeah.
ever again.
That's
That was the
crazy.
weakest response to a compliment
Okay,
I've ever given.
cool.
So
You're like those women that are like on TikTok or like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram that are like, my
Are
life
women?
is so bad. I'm such an evil person, or I'm such a bad person. Da da da. And you hit them with a no, you're not. They're like, okay, thanks.
I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend. It's like, bitch, I didn't ask. I'm trying to make sure I don't have another dead body in my fucking Snapchat contacts.
So
Huh?
Didn't you
many
reach
times
out?
you got that happening?
Well, I tried, but she said K thanks, so I left it the fuck alone.
So the first question I've got here is, when you imagine your fan base or community, which all of you are streamers or soon to be, when you imagine your fan base or community, which type of audience or what type of audience do you see?
LGBTQAIP, 100%. Why are you laughing?
Damn, that's a cop-out answer. Holy.
Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
Because the answer you chose is like, yo, how can I not get any flack?
Christian, why are you holding your mouth like you have something to say?
No, I think Mike said everything that needed to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys are a bunch of serfs and turfs, aren't you? Huh? Bunch of
What
surf
does
and
that
turf.
even mean?
Look it up, you non-ally.
I feel like, imagine this box is a dictionary. Jake is just constantly flipping.
What kind
through
of
the
a
dictionary.
fucking box is that? Go back.
It's a divider. But my point is, Jake is just flipping through the dictionary. He's like, I'm going to pick this word and this word. Those are the insults I'm going to use today.
Those are acronyms.
They don't even mean anything.
Surf and turf are acronyms.
Do you know what acronyms, like how acronym, that the definition of that word? Because it sounds
I don't
like
know what you said. Oh, you don't think I know what surf and turf stands for?
No, acronym stands for, dumbass.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Surf and turf's that steak and seafood thing, right?
Exactly.
Thanks, Toshi.
Yeah.
So surf and turf over here answered the question. What about the rest of you? When you imagine your audience, what do you see?
I don't like that you flip that around on me, and I'm gonna hold that against you forever.
There's just one more thing to add to the list, I guess.
For real.
Basically. My audience is always going to be like the grown-ups and shit, unless I'm like doing a stream where I'm like painting or some shit, and it's like anybody's there, but I tell everybody to, you know, watch your mouth and don't do no stupid shit. Like I had to like stop a stream one time because we were playing what the fuck is that damn game? Some game where you like take the name, like you take the words out of a movie and you replace them with your own.
Oh,
and,
I know what game it is.
Are we talking about What the Dub?
What the Dub? There we go. Yeah, you remember. But you
I
were
remember
there that night. One guy came in there and he was funny as hell. Then it got to the end and he decided to throw in every fucking slur that he possibly could have found. And I had to like cut that whole stream and like throw everything away. I had to apologize.
Damn, you got the old bait and switch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucked me.
That took a long game.
Mm-hmm.
Mike,
I was like,
Toshi.
I'll say there was every show I performed at, it's always like the old heads that'll come up to me and they'll be like, yo, G, like that shit, I ain't heard nobody with a flow like that in a long time. Or like we did an open mic the other day just to kind of like refine the show that we're supposed to do soon. And it was like, I kid you not, bro, like women that were like 50 and up that came up and talked to me that were like, so like where can we find you? I'm like, fuck, this is not the audience I'm looking for, but here you go.
Yeah.
If you get approval from like the old heads.
Oh yeah, the OGs, the old heads and shit. When I was performing at the camp, those are the ones that I was like, damn, dude, that's sick. That's awesome. Like, I'm glad these people, they're like follow me and shit on socials.
Yeah.
But at that open mic, bro, when them old ladies came, I was like, where can we find your music? I'm like, support, I guess, man.
Yeah, support is support. Leave it alone.
I was like, all right, here you go. Yeah, you can find me here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mike, Toshi, what do you imagine your audience to be when you see them?
I'll let Mike go first.
Honestly, anybody. Hopefully not like with how I am in talking with stream, not younger, but you never know who pops in.
Bunch of grandmas just join Mike's chat. Like, where can we find you?
Knowing my nephew, knowing about his stream and stuff, like you very well could show other younger people about it and be like, okay, well, they're just there. But I treat it like they're older, talk to people like they are. But yeah, it's pretty much a broad range, I would say, for mine. If I had any sort of actual fan base, it'd be that. But right now, it's just kind of just whoever we're friends right now.
Yeah, I remember once upon a time I was talking about when you have 12 viewers and you and AJ said that was generous.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty
Toshi?
generous.
So like I haven't started streaming, but based off what I'm gonna stream, Call of Duty and such, and a little World of Warcraft here and there, I would assume my fan base is gonna be between
Neckbeards.
like 25 and 40, and maybe
Oh,
50.
you'd be surprised. It's a lot younger people with those games, honestly.
Call of Duty, you're gonna have like probably little to no viewership for a little bit because of how oversaturated that is.
Mhm.
But once you start like building out content and why, like Good Griefs, if you know who that guy is,
Mm-hmm.
he gets a shitload of people watch his streams just because he's a troll and he's dog shit at the game. But yeah, dude, you're gonna have to like do what do you call them? Like montages, not montages, like fucking clip farm a lot to get like a big viewer base. But once you do, you'll start getting like Nick Merck's crowd and people like that. They're fun. They're fun people.
But like I say, for the age, even those, you're gonna have a lot younger base with Nick Merckx fans and all that too.
Well, I'm thinking
dude.
like because I'm gonna have a lot of cannabis content as well, just because
Cannabis content.
I live in a state where it's legal and I smoke a lot of weed.
Mm.
So it's not gonna be
Ooh.
super younger crowd, and if it is, I'm just gonna ban most of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, fair. You really have to kind of make that base if that's what you're gonna do. Then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be a point where it's gonna be like Florida, but with regulations. You know, that's how I'm gonna view my chat. Wild, crazy, but anything gets too out of line, cut that shit.
Just
Yeah,
I
fair.
need like a small gavel, just ban hammer. The
That's what
next
everyone needs.
question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think that's just what everyone needs. Just fucking make bands even better.
I feel like I have one when I
Get 'em out
mute
of here.
Jake.
The next question I have flagged as streamers only, but you know Toshi is gonna be a streamer eventually, so it's still applicable to him. What is your typical or most common interaction with your chat when streaming? I'll have the three streamers go first, and then I'll pitch you a hypothetical. Toshi.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
AJ, turn it off.
Jesus Christ!
My chat, as we stand on the bridge and look at the large community that we can overcome by saying Hawk Tour all night.
Ban him. Check him out. Check him out right now.
All
Check him out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you're wanting to,
There you go. Server muted him. No, just kidding. I did that.
if you
The
wanted
Emperor.
to talk about like, what was the question?
God damn it, AJ. God damn it. What is your typical or most common interaction with your chat when streaming?
My typical and most common like interaction. Everybody comes in there and they're talking about. It's like this is one of the coolest places to be, and they just love to come and sit and chill and hang out and shit. They don't come in there causing fuss or anything. They just literally come in, chill, shoot the shit, and just like unwind and shit. And most people will tell me like how their day goes, and they'll tell me, you know, the shit that's bothering them, and then we'll all try to play a game and try to ease our minds off of that shit. That's pretty much it.
Except for when you play What the Dub, right?
When we play What the Dub, you have to be drunk. Like, you gotta come in there ready to fucking make somebody's sides bust wide ass open with everything. Like, for instance, what we played in Jake, like one of the running things we said was my brother in Christ. Why are you?
Yep, that was one.
Like
yeah.
everybody jumped in that motherfucker just ready to goddamn joke around and like have a good time. It wasn't no bullshit. No.
Yeah, there became bullshit later on, but we got rid of the people that were causing it.
We got rid of the folks But like outside of that, everybody else that was in there was just down to earth, having fun, seeing who could come up with the funniest shit just to like make everybody laugh. So yeah, that's pretty
It was
much it.
always me. It was always me.
Yeah, my brother in Christ. Why are you doing that?
Yep.
All right.
Always me. But always.
Always me.
Micro Jake, you can go next.
Mike, you can go. You go ahead,
Okay.
Mike.
Again, mainly for mine, mostly friends popping by. But when there is other people, even when they're friends, it was usually just kind of just casual chat, trying to just have some fun. Like trying to think any specific interactions. It's just same kind of thing. Checking out days, going, just talk shit about the game. Oh, what's this game about? Because I'm usually playing a lot of more like indie gamey stuff when I did have people popping in, and not really anybody when it came to like bigger games. Yeah, just trying to keep a chill atmosphere, have a good time. If I'm high, I'm already laughing and doing shit with friends. So they're just like join in, just chatting about how the game's going, and I like commenting on whatever they say about for the game, and just shooting the shit in that case too.
Gotta keep
Have
it
you-
madness.
Have you taken my advice on how to up your streaming content yet?
With what that you're
With the
saying?
with the tribute Bluetooth butt plug?
Oh, of course, yeah. They don't know about it, but it's there. It's actually been up in it. We got one stream.
They're
with
supposed to. If they don't know about it, how the fuck?
No, I'll say since then I only got to stream once because I haven't been able to for the last while with a lot of shit going on. But had a good time like last weekend doing some Deep Rock Galactic.
Very nice.
That was good.
No, it's y'all said butt plug, and I went back to the fucking 10-minute conversation from last year about butt plug IO and
What?
What was it?
Yeah, it exists.
What
is it?
the game was it? Fuck.
I hear that all the time.
What?
No.
Butt plug IO?
Oh, when
Yeah.
we were talking,
He's the owner of it. That's why he hears it.
no, I remember us talking about that. Trying to remember what it was again.
I'm also the co-owner of lemonparty.org. So
Oh, what's lemonparty.org? That sounds familiar.
Please
Why
inform
would
us.
you do that?
Kind of reminds me a little bit of this website me and my buddy used to run called Krusty Jugglers.
Yeah. What about
pretty,
Meat? Classic, you know?
What the fuck?
Classic run one.
Jake, what is your typical interaction with your audience or your chat?
It ranges, man. It's like so I have a lot of friends that are in the, what do you call it? That are sex workers. And so they'll like come in every once in a while when they're on like live chatterbait and shit like that. And they'll start like just bear with me, brother. So they'll come in and they'll start like
Just
fucking
bear
with
with me.
They'll start fucking with me and be like, you just gotta be there, bro. I'm not gonna expose myself like that. You just really gotta get in there and just see it, because like it's, yeah, dude, it's like
You know what this is? This is when you start to peel off a band-aid, but it hurts too much, so you're like, nah, fam, but you put it back. That's what
no,
you're doing.
you just gotta see it, bro. I can't explain it because of the way that they'll like interact is really funny. And then of course I have like real what was it, big dick degenerate friends or whatever, whatever Cat Williams just said, and they'll come in and just start saying big dick deviants that'll come in and just start saying the most wild ass shit, like wild out of pocket shit. That's really how it goes, man. That's it's just chaotic. That's probably the way I would describe it.
Best I put, yeah.
All right, so Toshi,
Yeah, and then also some of the games I'll be playing, like Mike's little indie games he plays. I play some very niche horror games, and people will come in and be like, "Oh, you like this game?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I just started playing it," and if I don't recognize a chatter, I'll like be kind of cold to them because a lot of people just come in and just be fucking annoying. And but if they come back, I usually am pretty like open about whatever.
Toshi, the hypothetical I've chosen for you is an easy one because you're gonna have to deal with it at some point.
I come into your chat and I start immediately spamming slurs. What do you do?
No,
Banned.
no.
Banned. Good choice.
That's a
Kept in
good
chat
choice.
permanently.
What I was gonna say is the very first person to ever tune into your stream logs in, and all they say is hi. There you go. Because you're gonna have to deal with that at some point.
I would probably just welcome to the stream and tell them what I'm about. Depends on what I'm streaming at the time, but we're just gonna go with what I'm streaming or what I plan to stream. I'll tell them I'm streaming Black Ops, doing the camo grind, and
Black
trying
cop.
to.
I thought you said candle grind. I was gonna ask what kind of
Candle
thing that was.
God damn it.
I heard
Cobalt,
Campo
I love
Grind, don't
candles.
worry.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I would just tell them all about that. Just easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Piccolini.
The next question is a hypothetical question. You've just hit a subscriber milestone on your YouTube channel. Streamers pretend you run your own highlights channel on YouTube. Off the top of your head, what would your community post look like or say?
Thanks.
Yo, we did it.
just
Let's
a
fucking go.
singular thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Dude,
Thanks.
I reached
I think it's pretty
17,000.
based.
I reached 17,000 subs on YouTube, and I haven't even made a thanks for 1,000 or thanks
you're
for
a dick.
5,000 or 10 or 50. No, you know why, Toshi? Is because I reached 17,000 in under 2 weeks. So it wasn't a matter of me like seeing the build. It just went. I was like, huh, that's pretty cool.
Well done.
And then I got busy.
Jake said, I'm going to bed with 10 subscribers. Wakes up. Where the fuck
I went to
get
bed with. It was like 300.
Damn.
It's like, when the fuck did I get 17,000 subscribers?
Jake just wakes up. Thanks, I guess. Question
Well,
mark.
that's,
I guess.
I wake up. Oh, that's pretty cool. Roll back over, go back to sleep.
I guess. Yep.
Fair enough. So, anyone else want to put more effort into it than thanks?
Why?
I mean, he hasn't even
I think
done
that's
it yet,
pretty fair.
so really, that's what we expect.
Yeah.
That's my streamer right there.
That's my
Like-
streamer, yeah.
I mean, like why, bro? Like, why should I thank people for liking my shit? I mean, it's you like my shit, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
all right, prime example, right? I got a job offer, and this is when, mind you, this is years of me thanking people for shit, and I thanked them when they gave me the job, and they were like, "Why are you thanking us? You fucking earned this." And I was like, "Huh, that's a good point." And so ever since that moment, I was like, if I put in the fucking work to get here, why would I thank people for listening or doing something they were already gonna do somewhere else?
True.
Fuck that.
See, that guy
Fuck
fucked you
that.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That man destroyed any sense of sentimentality in Jake's body.
No.
This
All
man-
at once.
Don't get me wrong. I look at it a different way. I'm like, hey, oh my god, here he goes.
God.
It's okay. I was quick on the draw this time.
Oh, he's just muted. Got it.
My thing
Yeah.
is, like,
assholes.
I appreciate it when people do it, but
Assholes.
I'm not gonna make this big like, oh my god, thank you so much, everybody. We made 1 million subs. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
That's for
I
the
was doing
people
a
who
little.
the personality people are interested for too. So you're not gonna do that if that's not the kind of audience
Right,
you
your
want.
subscribers know that. You know, they know that they want that cold. Like,
They
my
don't-
streamer just
Cold,
thank me.
unbeating
Love
heart
that.
he is.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like, and I'm not making that much money off of it either. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
other thing is like, if I'm making money, I will genuinely. Here you go. How about this? If I start making money to where I don't have to actually work, I
Yeah,
will
that's a big
genuinely
thing.
be like, I'll be like, you know what? Thank y'all for making this my job. Thank you for making this possibility. But 17,000 on YouTube that just subbed to me. What the fuck
That's
does that
not
do?
much. Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
It doesn't do shit.
You
Yeah,
know
I think it's
what?
fair.
Here's the thing, brother. We want to monetize this. We want to
Their
monetize
names.
this. We want to monetize this. You know what it takes to monetize a YouTube channel now?
So much.
More than
So
1,000
much.
watch hours.
Yeah, on long form content. It's like a million views or 6 million views on clips. And yeah, dude, I'm not even close to the watch hours because all of it's short form content.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
it's
it's
like
like
3-minute
fuck
music
over.
video.
2 minutes to 3 minutes and maybe sometimes 4. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. So it's hard to do. And I've already surpassed the sub count. I literally did all the things it told me to do, and then the next thing I know, oh hey, there's this other thing you have to do. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Same ended up going with the fucking TikTok when it's like, oh, you can have access to live streams randomly, and then learning about all their system because I decided to try that out, and it was like so much other like shit. Like, oh, by the way, you gotta do this too, huh?
I just imagine now and be like, all right, it's shut your face. We're live on TikTok.
No, you
Don't
can
know what the
fucking
fuck I'm
stream
doing
from
here.
other apps and be on the computer too, and just have it in vertical form.
Fair. I think AJ and Mike both shot out an answer right after Jake said thanks. Toshi, you've hit a subscriber milestone on your fictional YouTube channel. What does your community post look like?
Well, it's definitely more than just a thanks. Well, it really depends. I mean, I guess my first milestone would probably be like 100 people. So I'd
That's
probably
fair.
thank and at the 100 people because it's
What about the
100
first
people, right?
5 people? Why
Well, I
can't the
mean,
first 5 people get a thanks?
Shit,
They
we
will get
fucked up
thanks.
on that. We're at 16
Why can't the
right
first
now.
why can't the first 10 people get a thanks?
Because
Same.
I've already hit 100.
Do you see
so-
do you see the precedent you're setting? Do you see the precedent? Do you see
Do you
No.
see what you are becoming?
that?
Do you understand?
Fair
Just giving
enough.
you shit.
I know. I appreciate it.
Let's move on to the next one. In what capacity do you believe an entertainer, doesn't matter the medium, should interact with their fan base?
Ooh, that's a good
According to
question.
Jake, it's when you
Yeah.
make money off of them.
Depends.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember reading that question when you posted about that. Honestly, for me, I would say depends on the audience size. When it's smaller, you have the ability to interact with the whole audience. You have this connection. You're building it up. Once it gets to this critical mass, there is no possibility you truly interact with them.
Mhm.
And that's the thing that sucks for a lot of big streamers, where it's like it basically just doesn't exist.
That's when you
So-
become it's like when you become an OnlyFans model and hire some sweaty dude to manage your fan posts for you.
Yeah, at that point, I'd rather just not talk to them than get somebody to talk to them, because that feels disingenuous.
That's
and
gotten
then
people in
puts me
trouble. That has gotten
puts me in trouble if somebody else is messaging. Like, I should be the one talking there if I'm going to talk. Otherwise, don't. It's gotten too big. I want to talk to people as much as I
Yeah,
can,
that's what
maybe
she
on
said.
stream, see pop-ups of like messages that I want to interact with, but I will not and don't want to interact with every single last person.
So
like,
as it stands currently, I do respond to every single message or like interaction, unless it's a bot, because that's another thing you run into with the more viewers, the more shit you get. You'll get bots in your DMs like, hey, do you want more of these? Or hey man, I really fuck with your music. And this is another one of those moments where I was like, I'm not doing this whole like, thank you so much for reaching out to me and saying you like my shit, because 90% of those people are trying to sell you something.
Yep.
90%. Because like the other day I made a couple of posts the other day, and I can tell you I got 0 messages that were just genuine, hey man, keep up the good work, I love your music. 0.
Yeah.
They were all of them. Every message I got was, yo dude, this is great. And I'm like, thanks man, I appreciate it. And then they would follow it up with, yeah, do you want more viewers or more subs, or do you want to do this, this, and this? And I'm like, suck my fucking dick, bro. Like, get
please fuck
on-
right off.
Anish Patel over here in fucking India hitting me up about some digital marketing shit.
Would you like to come to the
I mispronounced his name. Yeah, he did. Goddamn piece of shit.
Oh,
But so like,
Bro,
yeah,
I gave him access to my computer. He made me
all
so
of
much
my-
money.
Bitcoin and shitcoin. I got so yeah, I'll respond to pretty much anybody on comments or like in messages, DMs, and shit. It's just a matter of I'm not gonna, if I see the old bait and switch starting to happen, I'll just be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I'd agree with that. It's so hard for it not to be bait and switch half time too, especially small like I am right now. It's like that's half time all I get. So if somebody comes in, not because I don't like trust other people coming in, it's more because I'm skeptical of being bought right away because that's what's like
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
80%
saying.
time been.
Yep,
It's just
no, I get you.
Yeah,
I hear you, brother, man. I've seen it time and time and again.
Sucks.
It does. It fucking blows. And that's another thing too. It'll start eating at you a little bit because you're like, man, like this the only interaction I'm gonna get? Like the other night I was playing Silent Hill 2, right? Because I got it a little bit early because of the pre-order. And I was playing it and I was having a great time. I had some randoms come in, they were chatting. I was like, yeah, it was great. And then this one person was like, hey man, I like your content. I'm like, cool, man, welcome. And they're like, yeah, dude, are you like new streaming? I'm like, nah, for real, I just don't do this often. And chatted me up to the point where he's like, well, I could get you some more views. And I was like, get out.
You fucking bitch.
Get out.
You
get out.
Just the fucking audio.
Yeah, that pissed me off, dude. I was like, fucking ban. That's where the Toshi banhammer came in.
Damn right. The second he said that, I'd be like, oh, yep, message deleted. Go, goodbye.
Mm-hmm. No.
You know what hammer I use?
Okay, AJ doesn't get the chance to answer this question.
Mike gets no mic.
In what
you muted the emperor.
In what capacity do you believe an entertainer should interact with their fan base?
Oh, I definitely went in depth on that one.
Okay,
I got my
fair enough. Toshi, what capacity do you feel like an entertainer should interact with their fan base?
Oh, Emperor's back.
I'm gonna leave the right click up, and my mouse is hovering over server.
I'm gonna set up a bot to every time you hear the slight echo sound from the mic, you mute that person from.
See, this is why I'm glad Mike is the one recording, because this would just fuck. Like I'm cutting off.
Oh, I had something over the screen for a while, thanks to muting him that one time.
Fuck.
Not for too long. I caught it, and it was just like for half a segment piece.
What I've been doing in editing is if you throw anything that doesn't need to be up there, I just switch it over to like the background we were using for the first half of the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like anyone who watched any of the, or I guess listened to any of the earlier episodes, they're used to seeing that. They shouldn't give a shit. Toshi, what capacity?
I believe like a streamer I watch called I Lumpy. He interacts with his stream like all the time. Like he gets a sub, he thanks them like immediately. I think that's he might do it a little too much because he like try to stop what he's doing in the middle of his game. Sometimes gets him killed. I believe a little bit less than that. Thanking all the subs. He takes 15 minutes out at the beginning and end of his stream to talk to his chat. I definitely am chill with that. I definitely think that's the way to go. I like interactions with chat. I don't like a streamer that just goes,
Fair.
I've kind of liked out of actually to respond to that is that Pirate Software, his like interaction idea with that is if I do not interact with you, that's money that's going towards charity. That I do not deserve your money if I don't interact with it. And so he's like, has this balance between, okay, he'll interact with as much as he can. He misses it. Well, then he misses it. That's money to something else. I'm like, that's a fair way to kind of look at it when you get that big too.
Yeah, dude, he's great, man. He's a real genuine cool dude.
He's got a lot of methods to make streaming more chill for the viewer too, as much as he can, which I've actually been trying to use. Please don't be a pedophile. Please don't be a pedophile. Just like the fucking every time a streamer gets
I'd be so mad, bro.
For real.
I'd be like, God damn it, I quit. I'm not consuming any
social
media
anymore.
ever again. No social media ever again. Internet Dad 2 is down.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember when Boogie 2988 was the Internet Dad, and we all like would look at the next Boogie 2988 video like, oh yeah, Internet Dad's back, and now he's a fucking degenerate lolcow. Yeah, sad times with him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you one opportunity to answer it without turning into the Emperor, AJ. In what capacity do you believe an entertainer should interact with their fan base?
There it is. I saw you reaching and everything like, let's see where this goes.
No.
The Emperor
I fucking hate you, man. Answer the damn question.
Okay, Jesus.
Oh
Look,
shit.
there's okay, in my opinion, there's a buffer. Like there's like a general buffer where you can interact with somebody in your chat. Like if you're a small streamer, you get 5 people in there, it's manageable. You get 10 in, it's manageable. You get to like 20 to 25, you'll probably need like a mod or something to reiterate what you missed in the chat so you don't like forget shit while you're playing a game or like while you're doing something else or some shit.
Mhm.
From like 1 to 10, it's fine. 15 to 25, you need somebody to look over everything because they're going to be rapid firing shit to you anyway. Now, when you get to the point to where it's like 100 to 500 people and they're all in there just to look at you, you won't be able to catch shit but cliff notes, and you're literally going to have to like rapid fire while you're in the middle of a game. Oh, thank you for the sub. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. You guys are awesome. I love you all. Mwah, mwah, all that shit, and keep it moving. But if you get to somebody's level like Kassinet or fucking damn anybody else that's up there, you're literally gonna have to this guy I watched named Smokealook, he has like 8 to 900 people in his shit. Just he plays Metal Gear, he plays any fucking game that you can think about. And when somebody does something big, that's when he notices. If you like give like a gifted sub, he'll say, "Hey, thanks for the gifted sub." If you do 5, he'll be like, "Oh shit, you didn't have to do that, but thank you for it." You get 25, what the fuck? Thank you for that. How are you doing today? I hope all is well and all of that shit. It's just like a matter of importance. So somebody for
Yeah.
somebody like me, like I have on average maybe like 5 or 6 people in there. We all sitting there, we shoot the shit and we talk and we just make it personal. That's how you grow that rapport and everything like that with people. And then once you get bigger and you see those folks go out in the stream and they like give you a raid or some shit, then that's when you connect with those folks and you run the mill, tell them everything that you do. Keep it short and sweet, but try to make it deep and meaningful at the same time. So that's pretty much it on that.
Hard balance to find, but yeah, fair.
Yeah, hard to find balance, but it is so base.
Makes sense. All right, the next question. Would you ever consider going to a convention, assuming the convention in question is apropos to your medium of entertainment? For example, streamers go to TwitchCon, etc.
Wait,
Yes, if I'm big enough. Is
can I hold on?
I
What was the question? I got distracted by the.
Would you ever consider going to a convention, assuming the convention in question is apropos to your medium of entertainment? For example, streamers go to TwitchCon.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
So saying yes if I'm big enough, from everything I've heard for people with that, if you're not big enough, it's just like you're basically going there as a fan, you're not doing much, it's not actually helping your thing. The size of like the event is just like not really worth it. But then when you're a bigger streamer, it's like, hey, you can really make something of this, actually visit people, find shit, like, and it becomes a whole different type of event for you rather than just as someone coming in to be like, I want to go see whatever streamer myself.
In that same regard, I feel like if you show up and you're not big enough, too many people are going to be thinking of you like, guys, can you come watch my stream? I need more people watching my stream. And you don't want to look like that either.
Yeah, that's fair.
I need more people watching my stream.
Need more people at the stream. Please.
Toshi, your answer.
No, I would have to agree. Yeah, you definitely have to be big enough. But once you're to the point where like your chat is like, hey, bunch of us are going to TwitchCon, so you got 30, 40, 50 people regularly in your channel, definitely it's a really good networking for streamers. It's good ways to make connections. Because getting into a bigger streamer's chat coincides with you getting more views, at least,
That's
Fair
part I think I
enough.
agree is networking side. It needs to be more of like networking to work with other streamers than it is
So
for interacting with fans half the time.
Yeah,
It
and
costs a lot.
one example I've got, dude, they have a collective, quote unquote, or like a meet that they do here for like music and shit. I don't go. I don't, because the way that I see it is just one of those like, oh yeah, this is a way for other artists to meet each other. But to me, it seems like it's just a way for people to be like, yeah, I'm doing this, or I'm this, I'm that. Like, y'all need to book me at shows, and that pisses me off. Because when I'm
That's
at
fair.
shows, or I'm trying to interact with people at shows, and then I see these goobers that are like, they think they're all big and bad. They think, they're someone that they're not. It's just goofy to me. Like, I'm there as a genuine person, just trying to, do my art, and then these goobers are over here like, yeah, I'm this, that, the third, da, 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 da. Like, look at me, look at me. Like, instead of letting their work speak for itself, they have to go there and have some kind of fucking god complex and let it, let it ruin the fucking authenticity and the vibe of those kind of things.
Fair enough.
That sounds like shit.
It is.
AJ,
It's fucking annoying. Like, dude, I can't tell you the amount. Like, we got kicked off of off of this venue that we've been performing at over the past couple of months because two dudes took over it that used to be relevant like a long time. And like, they're in their like late 40s and they were relevant 15, 20 years ago. And they're trying to make a comeback, and they took over the venue and kicked us off the show that we were supposed to headline at the end of the month.
Jesus.
And I'm like, dude, fuck you guys. Like, everyone was rocking with my shit and saying how we should have headlined, and then we got that headline, and then y'all took over because y'all were upset that you weren't headlining. Fuck you. You know what I mean? It's one of those
That's
things.
crazy, yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, dude. Fuck people, man.
Yeah, that get me pissed too.
Yeah,
All the
fuck
shit.
people.
yeah, no kidding. AJ, would you ever go to a convention?
Yeah, I go. It'd be a nice way to, like see how people handle, like see how big streamers handle people and things like that. Because I'm the type of person I wouldn't, impose myself on anybody, and I wouldn't ask for views or shit like that. It's just whoever walks up and wants to say something, I have like a chat with them and shit, but I wouldn't like beg anybody to do anything because it's just like there's no point. Everything comes in time. And so it's better to sit and look at how other people act and learn what to do and what not to do in that situation. Like anybody can get big and anybody can make it. It's like it's the folks that actually, I guess the word would be, cherish the people that made them big and talk to them and help them out and shit like that. Those are the ones that actually like keep going further and everything like that. So something like that for me, like I would go to it and I would genuinely be like, oh shit, like this is a big thing. I like this. One day I'm gonna be as big as whoever, and I'm gonna have folks to do it too. Never forget where you come from. Like that's the big fucking thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't have no God complex when you get bigger. Like always remember what the hell you got. Like one thing I want to do if I ever make it that fucking big, I do want to like interact with everybody. I make sure I have to keep my wallet off of me and shit like that, but I do. I would like to interact with everybody that like actually watches the stream and shit like that. So you never know who you'll meet.
The last question is a hypothetical
Maybe
question.
Dolly Little. Just gonna speak that into the
Jesus Christ.
atmosphere.
I hate how Dolly Little's a recurring mentioned person on the show.
It's a fucking joke.
All right,
Continue.
hypothetical question. You've been hit with insert random controversy allegations. These
Nope.
are factually untrue. However, due to the lynch mob nature of the
See ya,
internet,
brother.
you are being canceled.
God damn it.
All right, whatever he did,
That's
he
what we
did
should
it.
cancel. That's
He
what we're
did it.
canceling right
He
there.
did it. I don't give a
He
fuck.
did it.
He did it.
Regardless,
The Emperor does nothing. But
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. You're right.
his people.
how do you respond to these allegations?
Goddamn. Oy.
Anyone else?
OJ did it.
No, I'm playing. So
I hope AJ's allegations are true.
no, fuck all that.
Hey yo.
Pause.
I was I read that during the outline and looked at that question and already thought the idea of basically what was said with the Drake stuff is like not having a response is sometimes better because then people will just fucking pile on.
Eat you alive.
Like,
if
eat you alive
respond
for
to that
any
shit.
response you give, no matter how genuine or not. Stop pressing the fucking
No,
button.
I'm trying to fix it. It's not my fault.
Sorry.
So, like, honestly, a good example of that, and that the one that's been funny has been the KSI stuff with what's his name? Who
With the terrible song.
No, not even before that. Like with the whole Lunchables adjacent thing with Jake Paul and Mr. Beast.
I didn't know there was
like,
controversy with that.
Yeah,
no, there's one old Minecraft YouTuber that I'm trying to remember his name again right now. He just put one post and he's like, this is why YouTubers shouldn't be doing this. They're just giving it to their fans and like trying to sell that, and it's not even actually good shit. And then KSI's just been like, where you at? You got a problem with this? What about this stuff you sold in the past? He just keeps chatting at him. He has not made a comment back, and he's just been like silent. And everyone's just laughing because he's like living rent free in KSI's head. Just like, don't need to say anything. Just sometimes have the best response of just, okay. You can try to drum up shit. This didn't happen. Cool. Hey, you get the authorities involved? Great. Now I can prove it. Hey, look, the authorities just said, hey, didn't do it. Great. Cool. Done. Fucking.
My Christian was just about to moon us, by the way, in the middle of you talking.
That would have been hilarious.
He's like, all right, not a hypothetical. I show you my
Real
asshole live
content.
on.
I show you my ass
asshole.
and you rate it?
It's like, what?
It's almost like I'm the
Holy
one that has
shit.
to edit all this shit out anyways. I'd show y'all my ass and no one else would ever get to see it.
Show your ass.
That's what we
Yeah,
do for
right.
April Fool's special next year. We all just moon the fucking camera.
No, that's all right.
And then we have a Patreon added so that people can view it if they want.
So I wanted to throw out the fact that I know those questions seem a little irrelevant to the main theme of the evening, but my thoughts was
ain't.
exactly as if the channel ever got big enough, these hypotheticals could happen to any one of us.
Allegations?
Yeah. I do.
Oh, dude,
So-
my allegations would be that I'm a deviant, which I am.
They wouldn't be wrong.
But you
Yeah.
can't really,
Big
you can't really allegate something like that because
What kind
it's
of deviance?
a legal one, that's for sure. They'll be like, he's out here fucking and doing all this stuff with all these people, and it's like, yep, I am. I'm definitely not in a committed relationship, so I'm 100% fine with you saying that because it's true.
Yeah.
But okay, goobers.
See that's what Jake's master plan all along. Be the most controversial cast member on the Internet Bum Show, just so no one can make allegations.
Like Sam Hyde.
I thought that was
Even
just his
though-
personality.
Even though we're gonna learn here real soon that Sam Hyde, he got some allegations on him, and they were pretty fucking wild.
You fuckers. You are listening to the Internet Bum Show. Like and subscribe for more of this podcast, the people present, and gaming videos, if council ever gets off his ass to do it. Back to this crap.
All right, well, we're already an hour in. Let's get into that.
Let's. Okay.
All right, who's first?
You go ahead and go. You seem
All
like
right.
you're the most ready.
Yes.
Perchance.
Perchance.
All right,
Perchance?
so
No, definitely.
my people that I'm covering are Neon, the streamer, the little Indian boy,
Fuck him.
and then Sam Hyde, the tall, not so little white man, Sam Hyde, who's a comedian. He did a show on Adult Swim a few years ago that was pretty wild, and the media has labeled him a white supremacist, neo-Nazi, pretty much anything you could consider alt-right, whatever. So like the first thing I guess we can start chronologically here is like his cancellation of his show in 2016. Co-created and starred in what was called the $1 Million Extreme Presents World Peace, which was a comedy show on there. It was canceled after first season because of complaints about his associates with the alt-right, his associations with alt-right, and accusations of promoting racist, sexist, and anti-Semitic content. The executives of Adult Swim cited concerns about the show's tone and connections to fringe political movements as reasons for its cancellation. And at the time, there was a lot of like social media or media in general, like CNN and other kind of like news sources that were like, oh, Adult Swim is letting this alt-right conservative network on the fucking blah, 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 blah. But
I do actually remember that now that you say that.
Yeah, it's just super racy comedy, right? Like shit that shouldn't be. I mean, there's been stuff like Tim and Eric Andre that were on Adult Swim that were pretty fucking rough at times, but
yeah,
you know, apparently this was too much. Let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Alt-right allegations, political controversy. Again, he's accused of aligning with alt-right and far-right ideologies. Made appearances at events associated with movements such as Deplorable during the President Trump inauguration in 2017. He presents his political positions in a satirical or absurd manner. So, for example, if y'all watch the iDubbbz documentary, and then watch Sam Hyde's, version of it where he was filming without iDubbbz knowing,
I remember that.
He was purposefully, feeding into that shit because he knew iDubbbz was there to try and make a hit piece on him. So he was like, all right, let's give him that fuel, and we're just gonna basically make a misinformation campaign on it. Pretty wild. The dude's really fucking smart, like really fucking smart. And then the Sam Hyde did it memes. I don't know if y'all have seen those. Every time there's a mass shooting, but
I have not. What?
Anytime there's a mass shooting, people on the internet will call in to different news stations and media sources and say that the shooter's name is Sam Hyde, and they'll send a picture. And I'll send you, Christian, for the post edit, the picture of Sam Hyde that they use to say this is the shooter. He's an alt-right extremist, and it's literally Sam Hyde with like bleach white hair holding a gun like this. And it's been on the fucking internet for years, but people have been doing it ever since. After several shootings,
they fall for it every time.
Yeah, they fell for it. I think this year, last year.
Jesus,
internet,
that's stupid.
Yeah, and he had the feds.
News outlets.
He had the feds show up to his fucking house because of it, dude. Like they have actively investigated Sam Hyde multiple times because of shit like that.
That's crazy.
He's abrasive in person. He's confrontational, provocative performances, makes inflammatory statements in comedy, which often defends his satire, absurdist humor. My favorite thing to do is to point people to the Matan Sam Hyde episode, where he keeps bringing in these homeless people that were in California. He just paid a bunch of homeless people to come in on the interview. And Matan is like, who are these people? Who are these people? And he's like, oh, these are my Indian servants or something. And they're actually just like Hispanic people. He's like, they're not even Indian. He's like, that one is using a Mexican accent. It's really fucked up. But he makes inflammatory statements, like kind of like I do on here, where I'll just say something super absurd and like politically incorrect to gauge some form of response. But he does it super, super hard. Where Matan, for example, was like, are you racist? He's like, yes. And they're like, what the fuck? He's been banned from every platform you can think of as well, right? YouTube, I think Twitter at one point before obviously it got, red pilled. Offense, push the envelope, edgy, controversial material, blah blah blah. Yeah, so I highly recommend y'all, do your own research on Sam Hyde. He's a pretty controversial guy, but I feel like there is some things you could learn from watching him, such as like, how quick media is to turn on people if they don't align with certain views or beliefs. Pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Neon, I'm sure we have all heard about Neon a few times here, right? Neon this year alone has been arrested, I think, twice. One time in Dubai for filming. Him and his girlfriend were detained, filming and live streaming in public without proper permits, kind of like California, which is weird because he's from California, or not from, but lived there for a while. It has strict regulations regarding public filming, and it led to a sentencing potentially to a year in prison, even though there's still conflicting evidence and reports on it. There was like a misgendering incident at TwitchCon. Yeah,
I remember that one actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that's not important and that you shouldn't respect people, but like for someone like
It's
him,
hard when there's a lot of people you're interacting with at an event like that.
yeah, and for someone like him to do that, like you're kind of, do you think he gives a fuck? Like he hangs out with like Sneeko and all these other people that it's just weird. The threatening and doxing allegations, that was the other big thing that happened early this year. If y'all remember that one, he was banned off a Kick for threatening to dox and sexually assault that kid. Yeah, he was doing like not 4chan, chat roulette, I think it was. And it was a kid, and this kid was like, I'll beat you and your ugly fat girlfriend. And Neon was like, you know what, I'm gonna rape you, whatever, to this kid. And yeah, he got fucking promptly banned off the internet. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? But yeah, he also threatened to dox him and everything. And he got his account back within 96 or 72 to 96 hours because he apologized. His apology is also goofy as fuck. He is hella brain rotted, and can't stay on task or like pay attention. Let's see, viewbotting allegations. I'm sorry, AJ, did you have something to contribute?
No, it's not that. Got a text message I didn't want to read, but continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, understand. Viewbotting allegations. So if there's anything that, streamers, especially Mike, AJ, y'all could probably attest to this one. Kick has a huge viewbotting problem, and Neon is one of the main perpetrators of it. And people have also accused Neon of viewbotting to get to the point where he is today, anyways. But of course, he's claimed that that's never happened. He's all genuine, whatever.
Yeah, I
who
feel like
knows?
there's less things in place for Kick than there is in Twitch for making sure and checking about viewbotting too. So it's harder to get somebody for that when they're on that platform.
Yeah.
Previous clickbait and controversial content. I mean, he did a lot of clickbaity things, and this is one of the biggest things he did. He claimed that he was dying from cancer, and then he had his brother come on a YouTube video 3 days after he posted that video and said that he was dead. He said he fucking died. And so, yeah, I see your facial expression. He said he fucking died. Yep. He comes back a couple days, or he posted, I think the same day or the day after, to his alt channel of like gaming content and shit. And there was another Neon's dead thing that happened either this year or last year. And it's just like, he just continues to do this shit. It's goofy as fuck. I think I had some more on him. There's so much that Neon's done, but those are the highlights that I've got.
It was wild,
isn't it?
Just with how you're talking about his content too, it's like you're expecting something different from some of those people too that have the same kind of style. Where it's like they're not trying to hide it; they're just doing shit to rile people up half the time too on purpose.
Yep.
And then some people are surprised, like, "Oh, I thought I believed him." It's like, what were you believing in the first place? When they try to defend.
Mike or Toshi, would y'all like to go next?
I can go unless you want to, Toshi.
No, you can go.
All right.
No, you can go. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go fuck yourself. I ended up doing the Sjin that you gave me there, Council, because I
was
don't
wondering.
really follow most like drama when it comes to streamers, YouTubers, all that. I see it and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about most of the people that end up having the drama in the first place. Like, I can't even think of one YouTuber that I followed significantly that did. I think
PewDiePie.
for drama. What
Yeah,
drama
bro.
there?
What? Joe,
You
for
haven't
real?
heard the shit about
You don't know
him?
about all the PewDiePie shit, bro, over the past few years?
And I've heard
internet
that there wasn't
sweetheart.
any before, so I actually didn't know about that one. But like,
Brother.
even then, I didn't follow him much. Like, honestly, I didn't care about a lot of the big ones that were. All right, Cheez-Its, yeah.
Yeah,
like even then,
it.
I did not follow PewDiePie much even at that time. I honestly watched fucking even 10 episodes of fucking Happy Wheels stuff, and then barely even cared about his content past that. So like even then, him I don't really care. Like most of those
communist
people that are popular, even Sjin, like whenever Sjin was in a video, he's probably the one I've watched the most thinking on that all, and that I barely cared about the content with him in it. Like he was not the one I wanted to see. But as far as the Galliation behind him gets into the more Dr. Disrespect kind of content of style or PDF file as YouTube would rather hear, because you can mute their bleep the first one because YouTube hates that word. The messages he sent out to other people, and although I was watching through the whole like documentary you gave me, Council, I just more so had to stop part way and talk about that. Why for there is I followed through with it. I heard about the allegations, heard them talk about it when it first came out a long time, because I was watching Yogscast at that point. He's messaging some, I can't remember if it was underage of that, but if he was in a relationship, like he was in a relationship while also messaging other people.
Yep.
What?
Part of that gets to me. Yeah, go ahead.
He was in a relationship, if I remember correctly, and I don't know if all of the alleged victims were underage, but I know at least a couple of them were.
Which happens on the internet when messing around, talking at that point. The thing that gets me. Go ahead. Yeah.
One thing I wanted to add, because when I was trying to help the cast come up with different people to possibly research, because I know we're all busy and it's very difficult to even get any research done. So I chose the Yogscast for you because, when you and I met, that was one thing we were regularly watching. Like, we even watched some of the TTT together. When those three, as in Sjin, Terps, and Calf, were exposed for their misconduct and all that, the thing that threw me off about Sjin is, one, to me, it didn't fit his personality. Like, he was a troll, yes, but he seemed like a nice guy. And one of the things I saw was the comparison between the three of them. Like, Calfcast, one of his problems was he was like gloating to his victims, like, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a part of the Yogscast. You can't touch me. And then he was the first one.
Yeah, I do actually remember that. I was mostly looking at just the Sjin side, but his was absolutely fucked.
And then, Terps, I never really dug into a lot of his, shit that he was doing. But, he took his shit on the chin. He stepped down and dealt with his problems off screen. I'm not, like, condoning his actions, but at least he didn't try to hide them or anything. He's like, yeah, I fucked up. I've got to get my life in order. Someone else take over, blah, blah, blah. And then Sjin, he was the last one to be exposed. And I was looking into it when I first heard about it. This was like 2019 that it happened. I was reading some Reddit post, and it was really just looking like what he was, saying to these people was just being taken out of context. And he even admitted, I might have been too friendly with some people. I apologize if I offended anyone. So I was like, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's just people just, I don't know, maybe it's some miscommunication. And then that documentary I sent you, I watched that, and I was just like, the fuck? It was just
I think
mind
my
blowing.
same problems as you just said came up with that documentary, because that's actually what I was thinking for next, is that, like, when it came to early internet days of that, there were people, like, I would feel Shin's more on that side of, you talk to you, like, people are not understanding how to talk in the internet, and just like they're messaging around to fuck around, and they say the wrong things. Some of those probably went way too out of hand, not knowing about age stuff, and that did not help.
And I feel
It's
like that
definitely in
goes
his
back to
case.
what y'all were saying before, if like you don't want someone managing your communications for you. If you're gonna
Mhm.
talk to anyone, especially a fan, somebody that can land you in
Yeah,
hot water,
yeah, fan.
you gotta talk to them yourself. Because
Yeah.
if the underling you hired says the wrong shit, the fucking
That's on
court is
you.
not gonna come looking at them. They're gonna come looking at you. It's under
Is
your
your
name,
social
under
media
your
your
banner.
name? Yep. Yeah, it's fucked, and those early days were even more fucked. I feel like, with interacting with people online, you're messing around, and things come out very wrong. From everything I saw in that documentary, he didn't actually meet up with those people in the original cases of things happening.
Right.
But and from what I'm aware, it's like, yeah, you talk incorrectly online, and you're like, yeah, he got fucked for that. Like, should, rightfully so, I feel like, but it's still learning. He was understanding it. It was the second half of the documentary with, like, him doing things again, that I both feel like he was still in that mindset of understanding online and not getting things right, but also people. And what made me have to stop kind of just watching was the one girl that really kind of kickstarted him. His main allegation for the second was, like, she was egging him on to say these things. Like, everyone's like, oh, we should meet up at the hotel. It's like, I feel bad for having done that. It's like, it's like everything she was doing was trying to manipulate him to get in trouble. And that's where I
Right.
got, like, a bit
Like,
annoyed at it. If the other people jumping on and being like, yeah, he misconduct talked to me, I'm like, yeah, those people, understandable. Is that one person that's just like, really?
The
You're
baiting.
getting him in trouble for baiting him into all this?
see, that's kind of like where I was divided in my opinion on it as well. Because obviously, people should, unless you're like one of those people that like them kids that work for Dateline for Chris Hansen back in the day, where you're supposed to be like baiting these into
Ooh,
these
that's not how that works.
situations.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
So the team of adults would do it, and they would just have the kid as a decoy there. And it wasn't even a kid; it was a grown-ass adult that looked like a kid.
You're
And
right.
they would
I
just,
misspoke.
yeah. You're
But
good. Yeah.
I think you got where I was going with it. Unless you're doing that job of I've got to sit in this chat room and get this grown ass man or this grown ass woman to come meet and do some illegal shit, you shouldn't be baiting people. But at the same time, you
Yeah.
also shouldn't be feeding into that bait. Like
Yeah.
Well, there
the
are
reason
some.
I didn't
Okay.
answer any of the questions I asked y'all like I normally would is because when I was writing them down, I was literally sitting here thinking, I was like, if CMJ Entertainment was invited to a convention, I would literally pick one or two of y'all to go in my place. Because the last thing I need is my awkward ass going somewhere and then me misspeaking or being taken out of context on the wrong thing. And then next thing
Yeah.
you know, like I was sitting here thinking about this earlier when they make those kinds of hit piece documentaries like what Mike and I are talking about right now, one of the things they do is they use footage from that person's shit right there. So this screen right now of the six of or five, there's Craig. The five of us talking
Craig.
could be in a documentary one day.
Yeah.
So that's just something I keep in the back of my mind.
It'll
But
be like, see, Underpass Joe / don't use my other name was always a sociopath, and then it goes to the I don't give a fuck about 17K. What's 17K?
Oh,
it,
It's
yeah.
like,
it does to
oh,
zoom in on his face. And
yeah.
it just gets closer and closer.
Just a big smile on his face the whole time too. Just
And then it does like the where it's playing the audio, but then it freezes, and it's just this big ass grin. And it's like, this man is Jake Redacted. He's a convicted, he's a convicted
Convicted
PDF
what?
file.
Oh, dude.
This is Jake, redacted. He is a convicted gooner and is wanted in 51 states and 30 K billion territories. If you see this man, please contact God King Justin Trudeau immediately, or it's on site, you damn T-Mobiler.
Don't do
That
that
was
to me.
that was
Don't
the
do that
first
to
one that
me.
came to my mind.
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
man. Serial killer wouldn't. I mean that. Come on. What's more on par with my? I'm not even gonna ask fucking question. Redact what you just said there, fuck boy. Editor's note: take that out.
Mike, I kept cutting you off. I'm sorry. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, just a little bit of stuff like about the whole Yogscast situation that came to mind with that all is like, I feel like part of that too is they were an office that didn't address the problems the way they should have for the size they were. And I feel like that's part of Sjin getting still in this old internet mindset, like old YouTube mindset of like, oh, just talk around to talk around and be like, oh, it's not something that's a real big problem. But it is, very much is, in the case of everyone he's talked to for there. And I think the same thing kind of pops up about it being offices like part of the drama they talked about with, even if they were drunk, we'll say, but with Lewis and it was, who was chatting
Terps.
about one? It was Terps with allegations.
And they were both like, if you have a problem, don't come to us.
Yeah. I
like
will
that
agree,
conversation, the documentary creator
probably
kept
don't come to
referencing
them,
that.
but they needed something they could do for that. But
Like
the same way, I feel like, yeah, in HR, exactly. I feel like the problem stemmed with a lot of Inside where they were very much in the old YouTube mindset. The way they talked about a lot of things in jokes and stuff during their stuff, there was like a lot of the females that were on the team quitting because of, like, including Zoe, who was part of that whole like allegation stuff and messaging back and forth, because they were very sexist was what they're saying and didn't feel treated the same. But it was,
is this the thing where that one chick, she was like, oh, they have sexual misconduct, but then they had her like dead to rights being like, no, I want to be at y'all's house and be your fucking, get fucked all the time. And then it was like an open relationship thing. It might be somebody completely different. I might be thinking of a different.
You're thinking of an entirely different network.
I think
it's a different group. Never mind. Sorry,
I think
guys.
it's the We
all good
network.
It's crazy how much of that comes out too for different groups. But with them, they were just like they said about all the sexual jokes, all that, and there's a lot of them that got into their content. So I'm like looking at that, and as a viewer watching, thinking that was them just trying to make jokes in an old YouTube world where, oh, we can say whatever, and them taking it as that's their literal opinion for a lot of those female parts of the office. And then next thing you know, they got more female members like after that, and they were like making more fucking sexual jokes and like what could be considered harassment to the guys than the guys were. And it was like, it just became a back and forth banter, which is like their part of the thing now with the current members they have on the team. So it's like, I feel like they had the wrong people for the kind of comedy for them. What was their comedy for British side and their YouTube kind of people that got them in trouble heavily. And Sjin was no exception, I feel like, with the way he talked to people online.
And I think that's another thing that hurts situations like this when you are a celebrity or you are a person that's considered an influencer or widespread entertainer, because cultures and lifestyles of people differ all across the globe. Like one of the things I kept seeing people that were defending Sjin talk about was like where the age of consent in the UK is like significantly lower than it is in America, for example. And I'm like, how does this make it okay? They're still technically a child.
Yeah. It's, I think a hard part too is this balance between, and especially when you have a online personality specifically, separating the personality from the person, and even for the person themselves, separating their personality online from the person. Because Sjin, it might have been him joking around with people at first, but with everything happening there, it turned into, it could have very well turned into a reality if that's how he thought and interacted with people online. Versus like, I feel like with the Yogscast, they are like a lot of the other ones when there was those like sexual harassment with like their jokes and everything they had. Not so much with, I don't know about the physical side. I didn't hear anything about that, but with the jokes they made around the office, it was more of like their online personalities with the jokes and the videos. And when it came to just other IRL videos they ended up doing, they're pretty chill with all each other and how they interacted and everything else too, without those kind of jokes.
One of the things that fucked me up about watching that documentary as well is the whole, like, before I'd watched it, I'd never seen any of the screenshots of DMs or anything like that. Like, it was
Yeah.
all just, this person said this person said this.
Yeah.
And as y'all know, I don't buy into the whole he said, she said bullshit. I'm like, it's like, you come to me.
It's all about
You
a he
come to
said,
me.
she said.
Calm down, Limp Biscuit. You come to me with receipts or don't come to me at all. I ain't trying to hear
Yeah.
no fucking Hollywood storytelling bullshit.
My biscuit is not limp.
I don't know.
And
It's not what I've heard.
Damn, throughout the whole podcast.
yeah. But yeah, I was just I had to take a step back and I was like, this don't look good. And of course there's all kinds of different programs and stuff out there where you can like make a fake chat conversation. But that was like old school Facebook. This was early 2010s Facebook, which it looks absolutely nothing like modern Facebook or what these programs that you could make fake conversations with look like.
My
So I
favorite
was
thing is
like,
that Christian has told me for years now, I want to be just like the Yogscast. We should just be just like the Yogscast.
All right, who's going to be the first PDF file of the group then?
Not
I
Ed.
nominate AJ.
Jake, go ahead.
Hey, fuck you. Bitch.
It's got to be Dark Lord
Damn shame me.
You're the new you're the sacrificial lamb.
It's always got to be the black guy, huh?
Because
That's
I'm
crazy,
black.
Jake. Yeah,
What?
honestly. Jake, goddamn.
Did you have anything else, Mike?
No, that was really the main thing. Everything. It's just, it's a fuck situation. And even with the screenshots, I'm still like, that to me sounds like a lot of people who fucked around when it came to just online interactions as a early YouTuber, and things didn't get fixed. And then people dragged him further into it by the response that they gave and said, and then went to the Kim instead. And so basically got her to blow it up even more. And so it's like, it's a tough topic for him. For Terps and that, it's a bit more,
It looks more
clear
concrete.
cut overall. Yeah, more concrete in comparison. Exactly.
So I keep referencing the episode I just put up, and one of the things I said was when you got to separate the creation from the creator. I've recently gone back and started trying to binge some of their older series that I didn't get a chance to back in the day just because I didn't have time. And it's like something I can just throw in the background if I'm gaming or if I'm at work, and I can just kind of listen to it. And I started with the Agrarian Sky series that Lewis Duncan and Sjin did. But I went into it before I even saw that documentary, and in the back of my mind I was like, do I really need to be watching this? Because it wouldn't, by law, any proceeds that come from the video have to go to Sjin. But at the same time, I was just like, you can not like somebody, but still like the kind of art or thing that they make. And another way I was able to justify is like, it's still supporting Lewis and Duncan. Even
Also
if you don't
depends on their
support
contract.
Sjin.
If he's not a part of them anymore, he might not be getting anything from it. Like,
Fair enough.
very well.
All right, Toshi, I believe you had some stuff.
Yeah, I was only really able to do the streamer because the person I had picked couldn't find much information on like the celebrity. But the streamer, on the other hand, I picked Dr. Disrespect because I had actually been following him when that stuff happened, so it was kind of funny, and watching his downfall was insane. So I assume everybody's here familiar with Dr. Disrespect a little bit. Talked about him earlier. I guess his downfall really started last year when he took the camera into the bathroom at TwitchCon, or was that the year before?
Yeah, that was fucked.
I don't remember. I don't remember which year it was, but it was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He said he was just doing it a bit with just him, but still the implications of him taking the camera in there was outrageous. He got in trouble for that a bit. A little bit of a suspension, but came back. And then later on, the big old thing of Dr. Disrespect getting his Twitch banned in the middle of his stream. No one knows what happened. Everybody's like, "Oh, what did he do? Is there some big lawsuit?" Because he said, Dr. Disrespect himself said, "I'm going to sue Twitch because this is wrong." So that went on for what, 6 months? He didn't stream, and then he goes to
Mhm.
YouTube, does his YouTube thing. Everybody, it's like, ah, Doc's just being Doc. He says, F Twitch, this, that, the other, doing a lawsuit, and then he stops talking about it. Just kind of goes away, and everybody's just kind of forgets about it. Then, come this year, ex Twitch employee comes out and says, nobody will say it, but Dr. Disrespect was banned because he was caught texting a minor in Twitch DMs. Somebody under the age of 21 or 18. No, under the age of 18 is what it was. It was a 17-year-old.
Mhm.
That was actually a Twitch employee, and those text chats got risque, as the Twitch ex-Twitch employee had put.
Yep.
Now, with these allegations coming out, Dr. Disrespect's response first was, "Hey man, you can't talk about that. We have an agreement." So not helping his case.
Yeah, by
He
saying that first is crazy.
not helping whatsoever. He then proceeds to make this long, drawn out
Where'd
Twitch,
AJ go?
or not Twitch. He's still here. He just put
Yeah.
his camera
Twitter?
off.
No.
Twitter, yeah, that's what it was. He made this long Twitter post about how first he said, I didn't have anything bad to say to the minor. Everything was copacetic, and then he erases all of it, changes the word minor to person. He just goes and edits it 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 times, not helping his case whatsoever. I'm doing a bad job of explaining it because it was just wild the day that
He
it
posted
happened.
too quick. Should have taken time to actually think about his response.
Yeah,
If he's gonna edit it like that.
basically that's what happened. He
Or
then
just
took
pulled a
like
Drake.
he should have. He took like
Yeah.
a week or two break and then started streaming again. Some of his fan base are hardcore, like that. You didn't do that,
Yeah, there was some dick
You're
riding.
fine. That's my streamer.
I met one of those. I met one of those people.
Oh
Jake's
boy.
one of those people.
No, I'm not, dude. I've never liked Dr. Disrespect. I never got his character. I never understood it or why people liked it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really all I had on him. I mean, he's still trying to be like, I'm not. Nothing really happened, but he's every time the conversation's brought up, he's never really like declined it. He's always like, we talked and things got a little PG-13, but something everybody talks about is basically how he defends it every time.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know why, because I made the correlation. You know how Dr. Disrespect was like, they're playing checkers, I'm playing chess, that whole thing?
Oh
It
yeah.
reminds me of Nikocado Avocado's I'm always 2 steps ahead.
Oh
And
God.
I just got to give it to my boy, bro. I've been saying it for years. I'm like, there's something going on in the background here. I don't know what it is, but dude, fucking, I'm proud of Nikocado Avocado, bro. That he's
Wasn't
a
that
smart
something that didn't
motherfucker.
actually happen though? With
What do you mean?
him losing weight? Like wasn't that like he actually didn't lose the weight and that was just a like AI video created or something?
0
I
fucking
heard something
percent
about that
chance.
too.
0% chance.
I didn't follow it past. I
know what
heard
you're
the person
talking
is like,
about
yeah, I don't
because
give a
somebody
fuck
said
past that. And I just heard one other thing.
Yeah, somebody said that, and I was like, no, bullshit. Like, that's horseshit.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't look into it enough, so I can't really speak anymore on it.
Yeah. Either way, funny guy.
AJ, did you have any research at all?
Well, we weren't supposed to be talking about Diddy and all that because it's like super easy. But we're going to talk about somebody that's close to him, Will Smith. Oh
Will
my God.
Smith.
Yeah. Yeah. The shocker. The one that slapped Chris Rock and all that shit. There's been like so much shit concerning like his family and everything being involved with Diddy. Like I've been reading on things
That his
where
bitch wife is in there too, huh?
yeah, she was behind some of the things and um one of the things that I read about it was she knew that he was doing things with Jaden and yeah, that's a thing
That why
that
Jaden's such a fucking weird fuck.
and now there's been like some things circulating, not too sure how true it is, but he um Willow was claiming that she was sold to Diddy by her dad. So I'm not too sure how true that is, but there's been like a lot of videos and stuff and like some articles like surfacing as far as like as to why Jaden acts the way that he does. And it's like there's been one, what is it, like one thing that was on screen. It was like the Ellen show, I believe, where his son was on there with him and he like got on top of him, was kissing him and stuff, and he was basically like sacrificing him right there. And it's been like so much shit surrounding his family and like Jada and shit like that. Um it's been like crazy statements as far as the family being involved with Diddy because he's been to like his parties and shit like that. And we all know what goes on with that. Not trying to go into Diddy and stuff like that, but that's pretty much like a foundation and a basis as far as that goes because we all know how weird Hollywood is and things like that.
Yeah.
There's been like a lot of shit, of course, everybody knows with like Nickelodeon and how crazy that is. Well,
Ooh,
it's
yeah, dude.
it's the
I'm surprised nobody
same.
covered Dan Schneider, dude. Fuck.
I
Oh
would have,
shit!
but I didn't
Yeah.
think about it up until now. But like
Spooky
all
month
of the
2025.
Yeah,
yeah,
there'll
even
probably be
with
a whole nother documentary out by then.
yeah,
Yeah, no
even the shit with
shit.
Dan Schneider, it's like the kids of like Zoe 101, iCarly, and all that
Mhm.
shit. And
Dude, what's her name? Jeanette McCurdy has a book
yep,
out called I'm Glad My Mom Died. It's a pretty good book. It's kind of, if you're a male, it's kind of a hard read or hard listen
hmm
because there's some parts in there where you're just kind of like, oh god damn, is this really the female perspective of dudes? Like, this is kind of fucking gross. And
yeah,
it's like a real um like key, like an insight into that shit. And she even talks about how Dan Schneider had been removed. She just refers him as the creator or as somebody. I don't know if she's talking about him specifically, but she refers to this guy as the creator, and he
uh huh,
had to be removed from set for emotional and mental abuse of some of the
hmm
kid actors. And so they had a PA run from him to them to give feedback at one point.
yeah.
It's fucking
It's
wild.
it's fucking crazy. Like it's Hollywood, and of course, you know, Nickelodeon is a part of all that shit. Like with the child actors and everything. I've even seen a video like on YouTube, you know, like Corey Haim and I think the other one was Corey Feldman and everything
Corey
like
Haim,
that.
yeah, Corey Haim.
Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, they were having like a serious conversation about what went down in Hollywood and shit like that. And one of the things that they were talking about was when they were kids, you know, the BDGs, as everybody would like to call them, like the shit that was going on. And so me looking at this article about like Willow being sold to Diddy is just like there has to be like some truth to it because Diddy and all the shit that came out about him has literally just sparked a fuck ton of other shit. So,
Mhm.
like, I honestly believe that, like, it's true. And as far as the thing with Jaden, it's just like, in like Hollywood, you can only go so far with shit until you have to do something to go even further. And I mean, with child actors and everything, what the fuck can you do, really? Like, how far can you really go without something going on? So, all the spider webs are like connecting toward the middle with this shit.
Mhm.
Even fucking like reading it, they even got like a video on YouTube, and I probably won't just post it in the chat or anything, but Willow's on there, and she is just like breaking down in tears, talking about shit that happened. So, but yeah, that's some more exposure for our beloved Hollywood actors and their children's and
Their children's.
their children's.
Children's.
They're chill
All right.
rans.
Jake is back in time for the
What?
light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm not. I'm right here. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I said you're back in time. You
Oh, they
fuck.
said I'm not in. My
I
bad.
thought I heard not as well. Yeah.
He
I
did.
thought
He
he
said
was
not.
He
He
said
did
not.
say
He's
not.
trying to
You
backtrack.
piece of shit. You know what? I'll see it. I'll see it in the final cut. Watch him AI generate his own to Jake
Not
back.
back into the. Even though
All
he
right.
could just dub himself, AI
Yeah.
does it instead.
Over enunciates is. What the fuck?
So your light at the end of the tunnel for this episode, gentlemen, is called Little Cat or Small Kitty Big Goals. Is posted into booth 1. It's a
Name of my
Sorry,
first
what was
baby
the
mama.
last part of that?
magazine.
Did you say small kitty, big goal?
Oh, big kitty, big goals.
I'm not gonna.
I watch it in
I'm gonna
there.
leave
No, I
that
can't.
alone.
Okay.
That was so funny.
I cannot
Well-
click it. What the holy fuck?
Are you trying to
Right.
click the fake play button on the thumbnail?
Yeah.
I hate Reddit
Yes,
and
he is.
Discord because of that.
Yep.
what a fucking what a fucking
What a jump from a cat. That was a
They
jump.
can't get up there.
That
All
pussy's
right.
going far.
But we got to move on because people have got to eat. Toshi's got to eat. I got
Mario
eat.
Party, let's go.
I got Mario Party.
You got the? Are you getting the new one
Oh.
though? The one coming out this week?
Yeah, I'm probably
I don't
gonna
have
get it.
Nintendo.
What?
Well,
I don't have
fuck
Nintendo
you.
products.
The outro, guys. Come on.
Who cares? It's a great intro.
All right. Let's have Toshi go first. Toshi, what are your closing words? First or most random thing on your mind, sir?
First thing on my mind is I'm about to go make some chicken tataki over some ramen noodles.
There you go.
Ooh.
AJ, first or most random thing on your mind right now?
For the Emperor.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Jake, first or most random thing on your mind?
I'm pretty sure my mom made Diny Nuggies tonight.
Oh,
Ooh.
fuck yeah.
I'm just kidding. She
Diny-
did.
Oh, well, rip. F. Mike, your closing words.
Happy Canadian Thanksgiving.
There
That's
you
tomorrow.
go.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
What?
Happy Canadian Thanksgiving.
What?
Fuck American
Or
Thanksgiving.
as Mike likes to call it, as Jake likes to call it, Slaughter the First Nations Day.
When the fuck did I say that? I've never
No.
called it that. What the fuck are you
spooky month.
No, I didn't.
I think you had
No,
something
no,
close to
no.
that. You had
So-
something real close.
So
You're
Jake
gaslighting the fuck out of me.
Jake said Slaughter the
No,
Indians
no.
Day. Mike called it Slaughter the First Nations Day, is what it was.
Oh, that's right, because it says First Nations here. Yeah, that would
There
make
you
sense.
go. You can find
Jake.
AJ. You can find
In the
AJ
club.
twitch.tv/Alfred Solidus. You can find Mike twitch.tv/shut_yo_face. You can find Jake at twitch.tv/underpassjoe. That's
I have been
underpass
streaming more.
JH.
I have been
There you
streaming more.
go.
Same.
And one day he will let me tag his
Ass.
Spotify on here. Until then, you can have fun with that scavenger hunt. Eventually, you can find Toshi, twitch.tv/Toshi Sung. That's TSUNG.
I don't know why. I don't know why you haven't
nice-
set up a
nice
fucking
setup.
Twitch account yet.
Because I don't stream.
Not you, you fucking moron.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come off that hard.
Jesus.
No, you did. You
Christ.
absolutely did.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, Chrissy.
No, you're not.
That was
You know.
fucked up.
Just a little bit.
That's crazy.
I have a lot of
Jesus.
internalized things going on right now, dude. I'm hungry.
This sounds pretty externalized.
this has been the Internet Bum Show. As far as my closing words, AJ is hosting next time. Thank you and good night. Get the fuck out of here, Craig.
Damn.
I can't open chat. There we go. This is all part of the outro.
CAMJ Entertainment.